Welcome to Redacted, a show about video games and video game-related things. I'm Sean, and with me this week is EJ.
Hi.
Tim.
Yo, yo, yo.
And Lucci, who's
Hi.
actually in the state.
And in the room.
He's in the studio. No, this is the studio.
The studio's a room.
We're going to start off with
Specialized
releases
room.
for April 7th, 2015. Tim's got that list.
All right, so we have Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin for PS4, PS3, Xbone, and 360. Stealth Inc. 2, A Game of Clones for PS4, PS3, Vita, and PC. Tower of Guns for PS4, PS3, and Xbone. Monster Jam Battlegrounds for the 360. Affordable Space Adventure for the Wii U. Etrian Mystery Dungeon for 3DS. Pokemon Rumble World for 3DS. And
that.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3D for 3DS. And now on to the PC. The perpetual winners of everything. The Falling Sun. The Reject Demon Toko Chapter 0 Prelude. Blue Estate. Star Drive 2. Sovereignty Crown of Kings. 99 Waves to Die. Dead Synchronicity Tomorrow Comes Today. Hero Generations, and Don't Shoot Yourself.
Always valid life advice. If I wasn't looking at the list, I would assume you just made half of those up.
I'm going to program a random video game title generator, and we're just going to start using that, because I guarantee we would at least be 50% accurate.
What was that affordable space travel?
Affordable Space Adventure.
Oh, I'm sorry. Good, because
It's the gift shops that get you.
Now, the Demon Souls title, was that a full release or is that DLC?
Let me
I think it's
check.
DLC.
I think it's a DLC. Let's see.
It's adding a casual mode.
Scholar of the First Sin includes the three previously released DLC packs. Crown of the Sunken King, Crown of the Old Iron King, and Crown of the Ivory King, along with additional features.
It's the PS4 remaster.
Yeah, it's a Game of the Year edition.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
essentially
much.
what it is for all the DLC.
Yeah. Existing Dark Souls 2 owners will receive a patch to implement these elements. Additional NPCs added for an enhanced story experience. Parameter adjustments and just DLC stuff.
Yeah, it's all DLC for an existing game. That was the question, is whether it was like a full re-release or a new title, or if it was just DLC. Yeah, but speaking of which, with if we're talking about, what was it, Demon Souls, Dark Souls,
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls, Bloodborne. Someone apparently beat it this past week without leveling up and without using guns.
For the truly hardcore.
Or those without a social life.
That I think the second one's more accurate. I really do.
It's like that, and the people who've beaten Dark Souls with a Guitar Hero controller.
I saw that. In fact, one of the episodes,
Donkey Kongas.
Yeah. One of the episodes you edited.
Yeah, I did.
You pulled down that picture and didn't realize it was actually the control scheme.
Yeah, it was the control scheme for Dark Souls on the Guitar Hero control.
I was just confused.
It worked out because that's exactly what we were talking about.
No, it was. It was just funny. Yeah, but I guess if you count yourself a hardcore gamer, the level has been raised for Bloodborne. Get to it.
Nader.
Yeah, I also saw something else concerning the hardcore. Apparently, there's a demo out on Steam right now. It's they're calling it one of the hardest demos ever created. It looks like a 16-bit or a top-down like 8-bit version of Dark Souls.
Really?
Yeah. I forget what it's called. It was up on my Facebook feed for a while. I wish I remembered what it actually was.
Well, I mean, just to keep things going, how's Dungeon Fighter Online been treating you?
Dungeon Fighter, I haven't been playing in a couple days just because I've been kind of busy with other things.
Yeah.
Like reading lots and lots of manga, but that's for another show.
Yeah.
It's been working out really well for me. I've been loving it.
Really?
Absolutely loving it. I really haven't run into really a whole lot of bugs, which is what the part 1 of the open beta test is for. It's just bug testing.
It's server load and bug
No,
test.
it's not even server
It's
load.
not even
It's just bug testing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They're putting the live out, and they're slowly just going through trying to eliminate bugs first before they deal with like server load issues, because there's a couple of different beta test phases that they're going to go through, and this is just the bug phase.
Okay.
And then I guess the next one will probably be like a server load phase, or I guess the part 2 would probably be a server load phase.
Now, do you know if there's still spots in the in the beta?
Yeah. It's just sign up.
Okay, so it's an open beta.
It's open beta.
Okay, yeah.
It's a the way that they were marketing it was a closed air quotes closed open beta where all you have to do is sign up for it.
Okay, all right, cool.
There's probably about there's a lot of patching that you have to do once you get it, because it's been pretty much nonstop patching since the launch on March 24th. So it took me almost an hour of just downloading patches.
Oh god,
That's always the best ever.
yeah. Well, it needs to keep up with the new gen consoles. You know, you buy a game, you take it home, you install it for 3 hours, then eventually you get to play it.
Yeah, you install for 3 hours, and then you have day 1 patching. It couldn't have been where there hasn't been one like Age of Conan yet. Since Age of Conan.
Oh god.
Oh, what was? Yeah, how long
It was a
that?
30 gig day 1 patch.
Oh god, no.
It was half of the game.
Yeah, it's
It's Titan Souls.
Titan. Oh, Titan Souls was the top down.
Yeah, the top
Demon Souls, Dark Souls.
Yeah, it's a Souls game.
Yeah. Okay. Titan Souls. Okay. Cool.
It looks like a 8/16-bit style.
Okay. Yeah, that may be worth checking out. I wanted to get Bloodborne, but a lot of my quote-unquote hardcore friends are saying I need to earn that. I need to beat at least one of the Souls games first.
No, they don't count.
Yeah, I know.
They're not real friends.
Yeah, no,
And you're not really hardcore.
they're also not that hardcore.
You casual.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what I really want is a title to make myself feel better about myself.
Yeah, I never understood that because you beat a specific game, all of a sudden you're better than the rest of the gaming community. I don't get it, and I don't care. And speaking of which, apparently I did play Demon Souls at one point. I got probably halfway through the game, and then I stopped caring. It was one of the games I traded in a couple of years ago.
As well you should have.
It's just tedious levels of I don't care.
That's kind of what it was. It's just I just got to the point where I was just grinding so much. I wasn't enjoying myself. And if I want to play a game to enjoy myself, I didn't need the hardcore title that bad, apparently.
It's not even like grinding. It's a lot of. It's just
Replay.
It's just
well, that's
It's just trying to. It's the old school like Mario trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I figured out a lot of it. I just didn't care.
He figured out that he didn't care.
I figured out I didn't like the game and I gave up.
You casual.
Yeah, whatever. But speaking of things dying, PlayStation Home is not a thing anymore.
To be fair, it hasn't been a thing.
No, it hasn't been a thing for years. But
it wasn't a thing when it premiered.
Sony has decided to officially make it not a thing anymore. It's dead.
I think that just means that they're throwing out the external hard drive that it was all saved on, because I'm pretty sure it actually got shut down a year ago. They just officially lit the server on fire.
I kind of liked it.
It was
fine.
It was fun in a certain way. What would have really been cool is if it had gotten used the way they originally intended, which was it was a like a media hub, like a social hub, and a lot of the games that were supposed to integrate in, like not Warframe. It was the flying game.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was a console specific. But the idea was
flying games on console. You're out of your mind.
It was actually a pretty fun game. I just can't remember what it's called.
Dude, Hawks was good.
Warhawk. It was Warhawk.
That was also not bad.
Yeah, it was not bad at all. But the idea was
that's about where flight sims go on console. It's not bad.
Yeah, there's nothing ever really that good.
It's because there's no good flight controllers.
Yeah.
But now the idea was it was supposed to be a media hub for like everyone. You wanted to get together and play with people.
Even then,
you'd meet in that sort of social hub and wait, and then you'd be able to launch from that section.
Yeah.
But the problem was getting the integration for other games to do that. They only had like a handful of games that ever, and they were all first party titles, which understandable. but it just kind of fell flat on its face.
It really always felt to me like they should have just like partnered up with Rockstar, and and put like PlayStation in GTA.
That would have been awesome.
Well,
But like
would've
that's
just
like it
been-
was like so.
want-
Oh,
yeah.
you go to a PlayStation Club where you watch movie premieres or play these other shared games, like some sort of open world video game.
Something that's more than just like a watered down version of Second Life.
it's-
It's
Right.
done by Rockstar, so it'd just be that, but bad.
The problem is, especially with Rockstar, you'd have the age stigma, because it's people forget that Grand Theft Auto games are mature rated games.
I don't think anyone's ever forgotten
Nobody's
that.
ever forgotten that.
No
I'm
one's
not
ever-
forgetting that, but something along those lines.
Yeah.
like some open sandbox game where like you can take yourself out of
Yeah.
like your day to day gameplay.
I'd like
and
to see Rockstar.
do that.
Actually, no, Rockstar made Bully.
They did.
That's a teen rated game.
No, that's also a different game.
It is,
series,
but it's like the whole open world sandbox. I'd like to see them make like a family friendly one just to prove that they can.
I'd like to see them make something that's not
You want Disney Infinity?
Grand Theft Auto
Yeah.
in just another form.
That's not bad. I mean, they're
It's
good games.
No, they're mediocre games.
Nah.
That everyone else thinks they're really good games just because they keep churning them out. What are you going to defend the Call of Duty of sandbox games?
No, because Grand Theft Auto has content.
Yeah,
Eventually.
he's right.
A year and a half
Eventually.
later. We're gonna heist the hell out
the
of
content comes out sometimes.
Still out.
now.
Well, yeah, but basically, PlayStation Home was open. It opened in 2000. It was conceived in 2006. It went into open beta in like 2007, 2008, and was realistically in beta most of the time.
Yeah,
up.
it was actually like a release quote unquote title for like a week, and then they're like, "Nah, it's dumb."
Yeah, and everyone rushed in and then danced and spammed messages and then left.
Bought apartments for $5, realized they were dumb and never used it again.
Yeah, and I did that. I specifically did do that. Well, I was in home for a while, maybe a month or two. I was really messing around with it a lot, and then after that, I just kind of forgot about it.
Yeah, I would see something online being like, "Oh, we're giving away this stuff this week," and I'd log you back into home,
Yep.
get all the updates, download the free stuff, and then log back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even bother. Just didn't care.
Well, they also never transferred it over to the PlayStation 4.
Nope.
So when I upgraded to my PS4, like last year, I really haven't done a lot of PS3 gaming unless there's something that's very specifically.
It's because most of the games you would play on the PS3 they released on the PS4.
Oh, that's
anyway.
true. Yeah.
Well, all my fighting games are on PS3, but I don't have anybody to play fighting games with because you're all casuals.
Oh, all right.
Keep throwing that around and see how well that does. I have a mute button. Well, speaking.
Well, you casuals are going to make me play Mortal Kombat, so
we're gonna make you play a lot more than Mortal Kombat. It's going to be amusing, and we're gonna record all of it.
It'll be great.
It'll be fantastic.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised after watching the Bloodborne Legacy of Munt. I don't know if you've seen that yet. I'm surprised you haven't been calling Nader a casual the entire time.
well, no, because he's playing a waste of skin. So
That we
And-
had to
and bitching
browbeat
about it,
him into
yeah.
doing.
Yeah, he keeps whining about how it's going to be such a pain in the ass to play Waste of Skin.
because it's a pain in the ass to play waste of skin,
It's a pain in the ass apparently to play those games in the first place.
and then you just made it harder. That's why it was. That's why he had sand in his vagina.
That's all he's got. All he has left.
Oh no. Anyway, speaking of things that have been dying,
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Amiibos.
I wasn't gonna go there quite yet, but let's open that can of worms, shall we?
I'll do that.
Amiibos.
Amiibos. Yeah, the Nintendo has proven again that they're dumb. They're run by lunatics who don't know how
Sold out
business
before
works.
you could even pre-order them.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was at GameStop when that whole thing went down, where GameStop's website and all the point of sale systems crashed at the same time.
Well, because of the pre-orders.
I was
because
they
people,
all shut down. And
Because people like just trying to refresh, trying to be that first one to get the NES figure because there's such a limited supply.
Yeah,
Now-
I was visiting a friend of mine who was working, and then I was just like standing back and watching the world burn because there were like 6 people in store who were trying to pre-order the Amiibo set. But it was hilarious, and it's Nintendo's fault. It's absolutely Nintendo's fault for releasing a limited run of new Amiibos and making what they should have known was going to be the most popular one a GameStop exclusive, which was NES.
Well, you know, if they could get something that popular that was like a good idea, they might actually not continue to fail.
Like a
Or
console.
properly meet the demand for the Amiibos.
Yeah, that's another possibility.
That's never going to happen. I'm looking at a GIF right now where it's from here. I'll just show you. That's
I saw that. Yeah.
It's exactly what they're doing. And it's just getting absurd. It's getting absolutely absurd. I get that Amiibos are going to have, at least for a while, until they realize that they need to sell more if they want them to be more incorporated in the games, more limited run, because they're all hand-painted, which I didn't know.
Really?
Yeah.
They're all hand painted.
Yeah. Take a good, hard look at a couple of them. You'll see it.
I
mean, that's really cool. But at a certain point...
No, they need to mass-produce them.
You
is what
need
they
to mass-produce
do.
them.
wait. So Amiibos are Nintendo's answer to Warhammer 40K.
Yes, except with RFID chips.
And where instead of the price point driving you out of it, it's just the limited availability
But
driving
New
you
idea
out
for
of
Warhammer
the game.
40K.
Yeah. The biggest thing about this is that Nintendo doesn't give a shit about the supply and demand problem, because their response to the whole fiasco of GameStop crashing was just to retweet GameStop's official statement about the whole thing.
Wait.
That's all they did. They just retweeted what GameStop said.
That's
Well, they didn't even
Oh,
retweet
no.
what GameStop said. They retweeted the tweet.
Yeah, they just they just retweeted GameStop's link to their official statement. That's all they did.
Yeah.
They didn't acknowledge it in the slightest.
wow. Okay, that's epic levels of I don't give a shit.
Do we know what they?
And that's not
what
even
GameStop
Nintendo. That's
said?
Nintendo of America, who I'm
Oh.
guessing has to clean up Kyoto's mess all the time.
Was that straight from Reggie, or didn't he step down?
I have no idea.
Reggie Fils-Aimé,
Phil's
I
Amy.
don't remember.
Phil-Aimé, Phil. Yeah.
Phil's Amy.
I think he stepped down a while ago. I can't be absolutely sure of that.
And I'm
But
surprised.
his body is ready.
And I'm surprised that Nintendo is still.
with the way Nintendo is fucking him, yeah, his body better be ready.
Yeah.
You said it first. You would think at this point Nintendo would stop trying to engage people on social media. Because they posted the picture of like a Yoshi and like a plant with some little Yoshi eggs, and it's just like Yoshi's got caught hiding eggs for Easter. It's like, what Amiibos do you want? And then everyone's just like, Ness, you monsters, just going after them.
The ones you've already released.
Yeah.
You monsters.
One dude got it right, and he said Goku.
No, to the
But
Amiibo.
this is my favorite. Why does it matter which one I want? You don't give in to supply and demand. That's why you always sold out. Fuck you.
I think I need screen captures of some of those tweets. No, but yeah, that's.
It's the same thing that happened with the
Now-
Majora's Mask 3DS.
Now here's a question with the Amiibos, because I know literally nothing about how the Amiibos work. There are RFID basically memory cards, right? Are they?
Essentially.
Yes.
Are they
Essentially.
used specifically for Smash
No,
Brothers?
but certain editions, certain like runs of them can give you like outfits for like
Specific games.
Mario Party, Mario Kart, Smash Brothers.
So you buy a physical, basically a physical memory card, and you get occasional free DLC.
Yes,
Yeah. They're Skylandering it.
Did Skylander do that as well?
That's what the game is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again,
It's what Skylanders. That's the whole premise of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
you
Disney
buy
Infinity.
the figures for certain things.
It's
in the
Skylanders is basically Pokemon, except you have to buy the Pokemon individually and then put them on the thing and then level those up.
Okay.
And at least for Smash Brothers, the Amiibos, you can level up the character that comes with them because you get the Amiibo character is whatever the statue is.
Yeah.
And when those things hit level 50, they're no joke.
Yeah,
They're
monstrosities.
monsters.
We
I bought 2 this week, and they're already at level 14.
we went
Do you have a?
I do not have a Wii U. I have a 3DS.
Oh yeah. That was fun too.
God! All right, so we're getting ready to play, and I'm awful at Smash Brothers, absolutely awful. But my brothers want to play.
First question: is there like a cross-play that you can play with the 3DS on the Wii U? Or
Good. First, that would be my first question, which I found out beforehand. No, you cannot. You cannot play.
Nope.
They do not
And
cross-play.
if I
anything.
remember correctly, that was one of the features that they promised when they first announced them on both console on the 3DS and the Wii
wait!
U.
Did Molly find a new job at Nintendo?
Not yet.
Okay.
No,
So-
he's Gaijin.
Yeah, so I would love to play Mario Party or anything else because I live states away from my brother, and like we used to play Mario Party all the time. New Mario Party 10 just came out. I would love to play it with him, but I
Do
don't
you know
have
his
a
friend
Wii.
code?
The 3DS, the new 3DS, which I have, the new 3DS does require
is it
friend
a
code.
new 3DS or is it the new?
It's the new 3DS.
God damn it, Nintendo.
So whatever. That's not even a problem. On that, you can submit friend requests, but it doesn't use their Nintendo ID. It asks for a friend code, but the Wii U uses the Nintendo ID, does not have a friend code, and apparently you can't friend somebody from a Wii U onto a 3DS.
That was me banging my head against the microphone.
I learned that yesterday.
That's EJ losing it.
Playing Smash Brothers. Okay, so playing Smash Brothers. We just got new Amiibos. I got my brother a Luigi Amiibo for his birthday.
Okay.
So he sets this in, puts it in the game to start leveling it. And I was like, I want to do mine. Oh, it's got to register it. Oh, well, we want to put it. I want to put it under me as the owner, and I'm not on your Wii U yet, and that's a whole thing. Well, I'll just grab my 3DS and put it on there.
An hour and a half later,
I find a website that goes, in the Japanese version, you go into settings, and then there's an Amiibo like application under settings that you have to click on in order to register your Amiibo on the 3DS.
What the crap?
no, that's the Japanese version.
That's the Japanese version. I found that, and I was like, and that was like a video. That was like the only video they came up that was explaining where it was. Wasn't made by Nintendo, not on their help page or anything, like where to register your freaking Amiibo. So I go through. I was like, well, it's on the Japanese one. That was released months before this was. So let me go through. Oh, look, it is here.
No. You would think that just putting the Amiibo on the 3DS would launch the thing,
You
or
would
like
think
have
that,
you
wouldn't you?
prompt you to register it. But no, this is Nintendo. Why would you do things simply or intuitively?
Why would things be easy?
or something that might be accessible to a
interconnected?
consumer? Go fuck yourself. It's awful. They're completely disconnected from
Themselves.
and reality. They have no idea what they're doing, and they don't care.
Yeah, so it was a nightmare. I finally got it working. I finally figured everything out and got my Amiibos under me and put them on the Wii U and was able to play Smash Brothers because like I said, I'm awful at Smash Brothers. I don't own it for my 3DS because when am I going to play it? I'm not really fond of the game.
Computer. Do some adventure modes.
Play against. There is no adventure mode in the new
There's
one.
things in the 3DS version that I don't know what they are, but I've heard things.
I've heard good things. Sure.
I've heard that they put things in the 3DS version.
I'm now tempted to get it just to actually play and learn and get better at it. Like it's
Don't try to do online. It's terrible.
Oh no,
No.
I wouldn't do that.
The lag is horrific.
They would have to have a network to play online.
It's true.
But yeah, so
but
Amiibos.
the level 50 Amiibos are no joke because a couple of my friends and we decided to do a 4-on-4 against 4 level 50 Amiibos.
Oh,
And we got our shit pushed in almost every time. We only won once.
out of how many?
Out of 6 or 7 fights, we won once.
This actually today, sometime tonight, back home, there's one of the GameStops is running a Nintendo contest brawl fight, and I have some friends going in and doing the competition. But at the end of it, they're also taking the top winners of that, and then taking their favorite Amiibo and putting all their Amiibos in a fight against each other. And whoever's Amiibo wins that fight will walk away with like Nintendo prizes and stuff.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Pretty cool idea.
yeah.
But yeah, those are the level 50 Amiibos are nasty. If you can get your hands on them.
No, you can get your hands on the basic ones that
Yeah.
everyone's got 19 of.
Okay,
Yeah.
my eyes are starting to glaze over.
I'm still
So we're gonna move on.
we're still waiting for a Captain Falcon one.
Yeah, we're gonna move on.
That'll be gone in
I
5
can't-
minutes. Globally, that'll be gone in 5 minutes.
If they produce more than 3 of them.
Yeah.
So, speaking of things that have been dying, because I'm actually upset about this because I really liked this service, Lucci. I mean, I played with you on this service.
On Death.
Yeah, on Death. Yeah. Now, On Live is shutting down April 30th. There's no more.
I
that's
honest
it.
to God thought it shut down 3 years ago. I hadn't heard. I heard about the
I
service
hadn't
launching. I
heard
haven't heard a
of it.
goddamn thing about it since
I
then.
hadn't even heard it mentioned in like 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they imploded, and I want to say like 2011 or 2012.
Yeah.
There was a whole problem with basically they just ended up in a lot of debt and got sold off.
Yeah.
Then they tried to come back from that, and it was a little rough for a while. But yeah, it just kind of. I think after that, a lot of people were hesitant to go back in the first place. But they sold everything off to Sony, and they're going to get closed down on April 30th. And I probably have a couple $100 worth of games on there that I'm going to lose that I'm a little upset about.
Thank you for demonstrating why I want physical copies of everything. That is my example right there.
I prefer physical copies, but most of my PlayStation digital library is free.
Yeah, no. Well, here's the thing about that though. I bought at full price maybe 1 or 2 games on Live. The rest I've either gotten in bundles, or I got on like the $5 flash sales they would have. Like the Game of the Year Borderlands edition, which it's still like $20-$30 on Steam. I got for $5 In fact, I remember because I called you up and I told you, hey, the Game of the Year edition is $5 today. Frickin' buy it. So I'd have other people to play it with.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's I mean that's always a risk when you go into something like that, and I get that, and I haven't used the system, admittedly, in at least a few months, so I'm not really gonna lose anything except like my progress on Human Revolution. Borderlands.
Oh no, you have to replay Human Revolution.
Oh no,
again.
I'm gonna have to replay a really good game.
Poor baby.
I know.
I still have to play that.
Get
Better
on it.
play it hardcore.
Get on
I
it.
had it. I've had it for a really long time now.
Yeah. Well, I have it on like 3 different systems. I have it on Steam. I have it on Live. Soon not to have it. Have had it on Live. I think it was a freebie on PlayStation.
It was
at
at
one point.
some point, I think.
Yeah, so
But
I think I have that
do
one
it in
too.
Iron Man mode.
I don't think I know about Iron Man mode.
Hard mode, no death is reset.
Oh,
Ooh.
that could be a thing.
Now is that mission failure as well, or just death?
That's it, yeah. If you fail, you die. Start again. You have if you have died or mission
No.
failed, that it's over. Start
No.
again.
I feel
So basically, just go for
I
the
feel like that would
ghost
be
achievement.
I feel like that would be a game plus because I don't always like
It
playing
could
through
be a
that
game plus, but
I would play that as game. Like normally when I play a game, unless I'm really familiar with the game series in general, I'll play on normal. I'll play on normal through the game to enjoy it. And if I really enjoyed the game, I'll go back and I'll go play on hard
The
or
hard
legendary
mode
or
is
whatever.
not that. I didn't think it was that hard.
Yeah.
Then again, I am very familiar with the series. I
But
just found it to
I want
be
to Iron Man mode the Mass Effect trilogy.
Oh,
good. Yes, dude. Have fun.
Yeah, it's
Have fun with that.
gonna be hard.
there's no co-op for Mass Effect. It's just online, isn't there?
Except for the online, but it's
Just
not.
the
It's not
online.
single. It's not the campaign
Yeah.
or the story co-op. Doesn't exist.
Yeah, I want a legendary co-op through the Master Chief collection on Xbox One.
I do that with you.
Okay.
I need an Xbox One.
I should get that
Well,
someday.
we can actually split screen.
We could do that. We could just do it on Halo 4 and on 360.
You guys can have fun and
Yeah.
do that.
Oh, we will.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that in preparation for Halo 5 coming out in October 20.
That was a coincidental segue.
Yeah.
20. I think it was the 21st. Maybe the
Was
26th.
it the 21st or the 27th?
It's one of the few Halo games that isn't launched in November too.
No, Halo 3. I could have sworn was a September
I
release.
said one of the few.
Yeah, that's true. We've actually gone over this before.
Yeah, we have. I think it was the
10/27.
27th.
10/27. Yeah.
Still looks like the combat's gonna be clunky.
Oh, wow. Anyway,
We had better combat mechanics in 1998.
there's a fair amount of speculation
Well,
that there's gonna
Says the Destiny apologist.
Says the Tribes player. Tribes had better combat mechanics than Halo has now.
this train would have originally had to have had rails to go off of it. But unfortunately, there were never any tracks put down.
Wait, well, when have I been a Destiny apologist?
Anyway,
Since always.
so Halo 5 is looking like there's going to be more of a conspiracy.
Yes.
There's speculation that there's going to be more of a conspiracy theory because they released 2 separate trailers.
Yes.
And it looks like
They're covering the same
they're covering
story.
the same story but from different ends. So
I'm
you've got
interested.
both of the characters in transposed positions.
Yes.
In both of these.
I think Locke is an Oni agent, and he's hunting the chief
Right.
for supposed treason against, I guess,
treason or war crimes
Earth or whatever
something.
the Alliance Federation is they made with what's left of the Covenant. And as chief, the other one was as chief about to draw down on Locke.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably like Chief is being set up by someone who wants to shatter whatever piece, if I'm reading this plot correctly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a lot of it's speculation. There's really not a whole lot of
They've
information out
added
yet.
since 343 took over. They've added so much random lore that I've lost. I used to when Bungie still was running it. I used to be able to follow the lore pretty closely, and I knew it fairly well. But then 343 added so much.
Bungie can do a cohesive universe. I mean, Bungie can do
They're very good
lore
at it.
properly.
They world
Now,
build like
if they can
no
jam it
one's
into
business.
the current games, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That said, those trailers are, gosh, darn freaking sexy.
Oh, they are. Oh, they
It's
absolutely
so
are.
They
pretty.
look gorgeous.
They absolutely are. I'm glad I already own an Xbox One because if I didn't, I'd have to buy an Xbox One.
I'm planning on it. I'm gonna get whatever Halo 5 Special Edition console gets released in October.
I may actually end up getting that same whatever because you know they're going to do it.
They're going to do it.
They're
and,
going to
and
release.
Microsoft has always been very good at Special Edition consoles.
Oh, yeah.
Their stuff
Yeah.
has been gorgeous. Like the Star Wars one, the Star Wars 360 that came out.
Right, it was an
Just-
R2D2 was a 360 Slim.
Yeah.
And each of the power buttons and the opening buttons were all randomized R2D2 beeps.
Well, they
on
weren't
the screen.
randomized. They're all very.
Oh, I thought they were
all did-
randomized. Oh, okay.
There were different ones, but they were. It was the same noise every time. Like with the first Halo Special Edition console that came out, I think for Halo 3. No, it's for Reach.
They came out with one for the original Xbox. It was a clear green.
Oh, I forgot about that.
For Halo 2.
Was that I thought that was just a Special Edition Xbox, not necessarily a Halo
I'm
one.
pretty sure it
It's
was.
a
I
Halo.
think the
it-
release-
it is
was it a Halo one?
It is a Halo
Yeah,
one.
it was
and
Halo 2.
But
my dad has it.
the Reach,
that's-
the
oh,
Reach
He's
console.
got my brother's
Nice.
old one.
The Reach console, when you power it on, it gave you the shield power up noise, and I think the eject was something.
Oh, see, I don't remember that.
I don't exactly remember what that one was.
Yeah. Yeah, because no, they came out with a Halo 3, like Master Chief green one, like the green olive,
Yeah.
that olive drab. Then they came out with a couple of Halo 4 editions. There was at least
There was
specifically one.
the Halo 4,
Yeah,
the 360 Slim, which looked really good.
yeah.
I really wanted the Titanfall though to be an
the
actual
Titanfall one looked good.
edition. Well, no,
thought it was.
didn't look good. No, the
Or
the,
was all
Titanfall
fan
edition
stuff?
was the Xbox One with a standard controller and standard Kinect, and it came with a digital copy of the game, and it had a box that had Titanfall on it.
That's right, and the but you
That's the edition I got.
and you could get the Atlas controller separately.
I went and I bought my second controller was the Atlas controller,
Right.
so I have a Titanfall controller. But yeah, the actual
until
Xbox One itself is.
I've seen that system. I didn't realize until you said something that was the Titanfall Special Edition.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
a Sunset Overdrive console, and it looked okay. I think
I
they're
knew
really-
about it, but
But I mean,
didn't
at this
look
point,
at
you're
it.
really just repainting a VCR.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot you can do with that. It's like dealing with the monolith out of
2001.
2001: A Space Odyssey. It's just there's only so much you can do with a black rectangle.
The gigantic black
I
rectangle.
like the Destiny Special Edition console.
Was there a special edition Destiny for Xbox One?
Not for Xbox
No.
One.
No,
There's
but
one for
the-
PlayStation
the
4.
white
PlayStation-
PS4.
the
yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
it's
PS4.
just a white
It's
PS4.
just-
I did like it better.
I get the white controller too.
I picked up a separate white controller.
I absolutely reserve the Arkham Knight special
Oh, yeah,
edition.
I
that's
know,
right.
and I hate you.
Yeah,
It looks so pretty.
No, that one that does look really really good.
It's got Batman ghost painted on it. Woohoo!
That's fine. It's still
Looks
silver.
It looks pretty because they fucking
Put Batman
put
on it.
Batman on it.
fine.
They stenciled some stuff on.
Yeah. Yeah,
gunmetal.
While they are all very pretty, I'm completely over the consoles.
Yeah. Well,
I will, however, get pretty controllers because I actually use
I
those.
always get red controllers. Like I have a red PlayStation 3 controller. I have a red Xbox 360 controller. I have to get a red Xbox One and PS4 controller. I haven't found them yet, but I always
I
end
don't
up
think they're out yet for either.
probably not. And I don't want to spend like $300 on like a custom controller because it's just
I really do. So some days
I know I want to. I'm not going
I
to.
just don't see the need for
I-
a
there-
$300.
Yeah, no,
isn't,
exactly.
like-
I'm not a
I'll
competitive
spend $300 on a collector's edition like
system.
system
Yeah.
or like a game if it comes with a lot of cool things. Like if
Yeah.
StarCraft, if the new StarCraft game comes with enough things to make it worth $300, I'll pay $300 for the collector's
If I
edition.
had the $400 for the Handsome collection with the claptrap, I would have
Yeah.
bought it. I would have done it if I could have, and if there were enough copies for me to have been able to reserve it.
that claptrap is pretty freaking cool.
It is.
Yeah,
It
it's-
really is. But if I wait 2 or 3 months, I'll be able to find the claptrap on like eBay for $150.
Yeah.
It's just
Probably.
Yeah, some of these higher end custom controllers are wildly expensive.
they're
Yeah.
they're nice.
Like,
but
I'm looking at the controller shop right
it-
now. It's like $120.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where like
It comes with a Pelican case for some reason. But,
There's a Pelican case. In a lot of cases, they've redone a lot of the sensors and all that for
Yeah.
lower latency. But I'm not a competitive player, so
But they
I don't,
look
what do I?
really nice.
Yeah, I just want the customized versions. Is really what I
Yeah.
want. It's really I want the regular controller with a repaint. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just
And-
take a regular controller and repaint it.
Yeah.
I
we
could
are
do
talented
that.
enough. We
Yeah.
can just do that. So eventually,
I
I'll
know
probably
we
end
have
up
the
doing
tools and we can go get a can of spray paint.
Well, the one thing if the
several fans.
if the DualShock 4 controllers, anything like the DualShock 3 controller was, I've worked on the DualShock 3 controllers and they are ungodly hard to get back together. You can get
Yeah.
them apart easy, but getting them back together in the way that they will work is difficult.
The
The X-
360 controllers.
The
are
Xbox,
easy.
yeah, the 360 controllers. We used to mod those all day.
Yeah.
I mean, they're nothing. It's the level of engineering between those two are night and day. It's insane. But now you brought up Titanfall. Mm-hmm. Titanfall 2. Activision has
cross-platform. Now I gotta get it on a PS4.
where they're saying that the
so you can actually have people to play with.
I didn't hear.
well,
I didn't
yeah.
hear about that. The cross-platform.
not. It's going to be released cross-platform.
It's going to be really. I didn't think there was going to be a cross-play version.
No, not
'Cause
cross-play.
a
Cross-platform.
lot of games are still going for that, but haven't been able to sync it up.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5.
But Titanfall 2 could have a traditional
Yeah, it's gonna be
campaign and more weapons and about damned time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, are they
They're
gonna make
gonna
it
try to
more-
write a story.
Write a story. Is it going to be more than 6-on-6?
That I haven't seen anything about that yet.
Is it going to be more than just an AI massacre?
I really had, and we've talked about this before. I had no problem with 6-on-6. And I had no problem with the AI.
I had a problem with the 6-on-6 because you could literally run around for 5 minutes and not see another player.
we went in.
Yeah.
We went through this whole thing a couple
And-
weeks ago.
Was I there for that?
Yes, you were the one saying this.
Okay.
Exactly.
I don't remember it.
But no, I'm just glad that I may actually have to check out Titanfall 2 because if they do in fact put an actual story, because I've said this multiple times, they have a really cool universe set up. Now, if they can do something with it, it would be a good game in my eyes.
It is
Because right now it's just an arena shooter. That's all it is, and that's fine.
Yeah.
There's a place for that, but that's not how they. At least I don't feel like that's how they were originally marketing it. They were marketing it originally as this great overall game, and then it's a $60 arena shooter. It was a $60 Unreal Tournament 3.
It is. It's an online multiplayer game. There's nothing. There really is nothing more to it. However, there are constant releases of new maps and content and new play modes. Has been
And
solid.
And I would know this
across
if I
the
ever
board.
booted the damn game up.
I know.
Because I think I know one or two people that play, and you're one of those two people.
Yeah.
And something like that, I will only play with a
I
group
played
of
on
people.
PC, and none of my friends play on PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're playing Titanfall, they have
It was
it
the
on
same thing
Xbox.
with it was the same thing
Yeah.
with me and Warframe. Like V and I were playing Warframe for a while, and we started out on PC, and then it came out for PS4. So it's a free title on PS4, so we checked it on there. I'm still going to end up going back to PC and finding a group to play on PC.
You can still get you can still get all the things that you've done on PC.
It's a one-time transfer.
It's a one-time
It's
transfer.
a one-time transfer, yeah.
Because Nightmare and I play on PS4, and he's got
On-
all of his stuff from.
Honestly,
the PC.
I didn't progress enough on PS4 to surpass the little bit of stuff I had done on PC, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I like it. It's a little tough to get used. The controls for the PS4 version feel loose.
See, I started out as a PC gamer.
Yeah.
I can still do keyboard and mouse. I have a decent gaming keyboard and mouse now, but I'm still, over the last 10 years, just playing on consoles, I'm much more comfortable with, in all cases, a controller.
I've gotten a lot more confident with the controller. It used to be like I just couldn't play a shooter on a controller. But after playing the Destiny and
Mass Effect
and what else have I been playing? Payday. I've been playing.
I gotta hop in with you guys to that one.
Was
a
awesome.
variety of shooters now, but like Warframe is really solid, but it feel like all the controls just feel a little loose.
Right.
They're not as tight as they should be. Like they'll swing a little too fast, or they'll
I did notice
they'll
that.
kind of
yeah.
the reticle will start to float a lot when it comes down to recoil.
Yeah.
Power's a little iffy to get a control on.
Yeah, I mean, I was using an Xbox 360 controller on PC for this, and because of that, I was able to start dialing some of that sensitivity settings in. I use a program called XPadder, which basically emulates keyboard and mouse commands to a controller, which means there's a much higher level of customization in order to help kill out some of those dead spots.
I just on PC. I just played with controller with
like a
keyboard
large
and mouse.
Okay, yeah.
I did not go controller because if faced with the option of being able to play it on PC with a keyboard and mouse, I will choose keyboard and mouse every single time over controller.
For me, it depends on the game. It really does. I mean, with like Elite Dangerous, I won't touch a controller or the keyboard and mouse if I can handle it because I've got an X52.
You have the flight sticks.
Yeah, that's I'll use that instead.
And the only piece of advice I give anybody making that switch is sensitivity on your aim. Is you crank the sensitivity all the way up, and it will immensely help you both be better at the game and lose some of that lag or sluggishness you feel switching from PC to console.
The problem with the controller and jacking your sensitivity way up is that you lose a lot of that fine control.
I have to disagree. I really have to disagree with that.
Compared to a keyboard and mouse, and being
compared to
able
the mouse.
Well,
and
compared
the,
to a
the-
mouse,
the
yeah.
wide variety of speeds that you can control at. You can go real fast, or you can get that real control down from one controller setting. It doesn't since the analog sticks are so limited in their ability to in their actual movement range to transfer it from that small movement to the big movement on the screen.
They need more resistance in the analog sticks, and PS4 does a decent job, but a better job than the Xbox One controller.
And a lot of the ways that even with the high sensitivity thing is a lot of the ways that the game companies have been compensating for that is like the sticky reticle. So when it actually passes over something, it'll meet that resistance and then continue on. And it's cheating. It's aim assist.
Yeah, no, it is.
And when you talk to the PC master race about shooters, they're gonna say that the console gamers are cheaters because you're cheating.
Or they're just whiny because they feel superior about the fact that they have a PC.
Because, well, we're elitist snobs.
Same thing.
PC Master Race.
Well, keeping with shooters. So Bungie has announced recently. I think a day or two ago.
Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah.
Oh, that's why I missed this.
I think
Yeah.
it was Tuesday. Or it was the new update.
Yeah,
Not the
Bungie-
update, but the weekly update for their blog.
Bungie is going to start, has started, and is going to continue to roll out blocking what they refer to as toxic players. Basically, players that will just log into a strike or a raid or anything.
The people that you have to carry.
Well, it's not
Literally have to.
Yeah,
carry.
they'll log in and they'll stand there.
Yeah.
They'll put the controller down and walk away, or they'll just
Stand there and jump,
it's
so
like
they
do
don't
nothing.
get hit with the idle log out.
Yeah. However, they are getting Bungie is being very cryptic about what they're doing about it. They are targeting very specific players right now.
So far, they've just said restrictions.
Right.
What those restrictions are, they haven't elaborated.
They haven't
on.
elaborated. They're also they're going to roll that out on a wider scale, and
There's going to roll out the report function.
There's a report function. Then the restrictions are going to start out temporary, but as it gets worse and worse, that will eventually hit permanent status, based on what the person's doing.
And they're not going to do it over like one or two infractions. Like if you get reported once or twice, they're not going to do it over that. But they're actually looks like they're going to look for like pattern. They're going to have like pattern recognition, and number of complaints and what type of complaints.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, I don't know. Coming from League of Legends, where they have the report system, we do report a lot of AFKers, and they have it in there. I don't know if it actually makes a difference because I don't generally see the same players multiple times.
Well, I mean, it's not for something like that. Even Destiny, I don't think it's going to be that different. But the more often that player doesn't, the more often different people are report. Because here, and that's the thing.
But
that's going to go a long way for avoiding things like just personal rivalries, where okay, you've got 15 complaints from this one person, and it's Bungie. They can go back and look at all the analytics and see, well, you actually haven't played with this person 15 times. We're going to ignore these reports.
Yeah. And one of the things is like. You don't really see like what as individual gamers, we don't see what happens when we don't really see that. We don't really see the reports of that. It's like because I played a fair amount of League of Legends, and I was reporting people like every game for being actual AFKers or like griefers or something like that, and I didn't really with how many that consistently pop up. I didn't see it, at least with Riot Games being like them taking care of the problem. Maybe Bungie will be different, but it feels like that they have to get so many reports in a certain amount of time before like the problem is taken care of. So they'll screw up a lot of people's games. These AFKers will screw up a lot of people's games before the problem is addressed.
Right.
And if it doesn't come down severe enough at the beginning, that they're just going to keep doing it. They'll wait that period. They'll figure out that period where it takes before they can start like accruing these infractions again to get to the next level of restrictions. And they're just going to screw up a lot of people's games. Although I really haven't seen a whole lot in terms of, although I don't play a whole lot of Crucible, so I wouldn't know how bad it really affects the Crucible players.
Yeah, because they were saying it was a lot of Crucible.
And
I think
Strike
strikes.
play.
Strike playlists.
Although the strike playlist, I'm not too worried about. I'm probably if I have an AFK in a strike.
Some of those strikes.
Most of those strikes I can solo.
Yeah, and I was gonna say a lot of those strikes. A lot of the people at this table could solo.
Yeah.
So
And 3 of us at this table can solo because the 4th one doesn't play.
yeah.
Yeah. Yet.
Oh, welcome back. I know we're talking about Destiny.
No,
so
that's fine. That's fine. I'm listening.
No, but yeah, we're gonna roll off of this because I don't want to. Oh, if we're gonna do another Destiny cast, that's gonna be a separate thing. Which we might do that a little more often because it seems to do well for some reason.
Because there's
some reason.
It's Destiny and people like Destiny.
Yeah.
Love
So-
Destiny.
I love Destiny. It's a great time waster.
We're not defending it. We just love it.
Yeah. we acknowledge that there's problems. We're not apologists. We don't apologize for it. We acknowledge that there's problems, and we want Bungie to fix them.
Yeah. I frankly, I mean, if we're just real quick, and then we'll move on. I would really like to see them. The idea I had for being able to sell duplicates of guns for their strange coin equivalent. I would really like to see them put that into play.
I'd like to see them put that into play. I'd like to see them, or at least like be able to transfer weapons and armor in between clans. Doesn't have to be within the public, but if like within the clan.
That would be cool.
That's
a good idea too.
You
Like,
would
so I can like actually dish out my Galahorns to people.
Yeah.
The thing with that though is there would have to be restrictions for how long, because then you run the risk of people running a clan just to sell stuff through the clan. So there would be nothing stopping, say, you running a clan and having like 6 Galahorns and me joining the clan for exactly an hour.
Yeah.
Buying the
there have to be
Galahorn
like
and-
a time period before they can
yeah, exactly.
they can transfer.
Like a
but-
probationary period.
Unfortunately, to play devil's advocate in this, one of the reasons I'm sure that they've thought of that the reason why they don't do it is because they don't want their stuff being sold on eBay.
Yeah. Well, that's going to
Oh,
be
oh,
happening.
yeah.
If they-
Like,
A system
it
like
hap-
that would be way too easy to exploit.
Well,
Right.
even then, like every system is way too easy to
yeah.
exploit when you come into a tradable economy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it happens in all the MMOs. It
Yeah.
happens in every single MMO that has an economy.
Yeah.
They have yet to introduce one that's not. Blizzard tried with the real world money thing in Diablo 3, but that tanked.
Yeah, because they'll just get better prices off of the
Yeah.
underground sellers than through the official auction house, and they don't have to send the money. You get better service and pricing off of these underground sites than through Blizzard.
Yeah.
Because Blizzard's going to need to take their cut.
Well, that's why I'm saying. I mean, if you make it set up so the only way to do it is to buy using strange coins you already have. Like, I mean, using the actual. I mean, the prices don't change, but whether you're buying it off of Xur or say my character's buying it off of Lucci's character, outside of me physically handing Lucci $20 to make that sale outside of the game, I still have to have those strange coins to do it.
Yeah. Well, then
Yeah.
you're still then you have to limit. You're gonna have to limit how strange coins work too, because
Or limit the amount of sales per
sales per
session or
yeah.
week or month or whatever.
Because when it comes down to it, like I have 3 characters.
Mhm.
I can run the weekly 3 times with 3 characters.
Mm-hmm.
That's 27 strange coins
Yep.
in half a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even need to have like a fire,
It's 27 strange coins a week
just base if you have 3 if you
without
have-
finding any extras.
yeah. And that doesn't include all the strange coins that you get from engrams, from just roaming around the world, because you can get.
But here's my point, though. Even if you just had if you just got a bunch of strange coins and bought like one of each weapon, okay, now you've got a plethora of highly powered weapons that still, when you go into Crucible, are nerfed anyway. And in PvE, only do any good against the game. It's the game sprites itself.
Yeah.
So again, I'm having a hard time seeing how you could exploit that much beyond just being able to have all of the high level.
You're gonna exploit it for
Which
people who don't want to put the work into it, and
Getting those weapons.
and getting those weapons, to get those weapons and then to level those weapons.
Yeah, but again, we addressed this, which was that when you sell a weapon,
You have to- it
resets. Everything
It's like
resets.
the upgrade from 300 to 331.
Exactly.
Just
You
resets
are
it.
buying a bone stock Galahorn, a bone stock Red Death, or whatever. It doesn't matter how much points that person has put into them. Once they leave that person's pool of characters,
Yeah.
it starts over.
But then you get the farming characters that are just going to sit there. They're going to do nothing but they're just designed for nothing but making money.
Right, but there's a randomization anyway, and there are people already doing that, whether they're making money or not.
Yeah, but now you're gonna have like you're gonna have like the farmers, like the say derogatory from the MMO days. You're gonna have the Chinese gold farmers.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that is a risk.
It's
No,
a balance.
It's not a risk. It's an inevitability if you put a trading
if it's
system
put
into
in.
it.
So, I mean, we'll have to wait and see what Bungie does.
I also don't care. I just
That was brilliant.
anyway, Elite Dangerous is now going to be it's available for sale now on Steam, and I'm kind of kicking myself a little bit because I bought it individually before it came out on Steam.
Cross-buy.
Yeah, cross-buy for Mac and PC. I'll have to hit up their Frontier development. I'll have to hit them up and see if there's any.
They may just send you a Steam code.
They
for it.
might just because they've already gotten their $60 out of me.
Yeah.
So
I mean, a lot of companies do that. So.
and frankly, I a lot of games I've started to really prefer having that Steam overlay, just the ability to run within Steam. I do kind of prefer that now in a lot of ways. So I don't think I have my one gaming rig that would run it. Like my MacBook Pro is not going to run Elite Dangerous. It just so
It would melt.
It would cry and then melt and then scream and then continue melting. They added it on April 2nd, and they're trying to their game is coming to the Xbox One as a timed exclusive, and then eventually releasing on the PlayStation 4. And it was
Elite
only
Dangerous?
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. In fact, I've heard rumors. I have to double check, but I know there was at least one company working on a flight stick combo for the Xbox One. But
Yeah, I did hear that.
yeah,
too.
yeah. Which I'd like to. It might be Logitech for all I know. I mean, I hope so because either them or Mad Catz. I mean, Mad Cat. I don't prefer that Mad Catz makes it, but Mad Catz will.
Yeah.
But those are the two companies.
Because
I-
Mad Catz makes all the little peripherals. They don't make
Oh,
any.
actually-
Like, I don't think they make them very well, but they make them.
They also make them very cheap, at least.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you buy a controller and it works for a month, and then it breaks and they won't replace it,
And-
it was only like $20 or $30 in the first place.
Although-
hence their deal to work with Harmonix and Rock Band. And did anybody get? Oh, I assume I might be the only person who got their survey. Harmonix. survey.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, it basically asking, when Rock Band 3 or 4 comes out, do you need an extra controller? What controllers do you have? Trying to determine what their demand is going to be.
I think a lot of people, I think I'm in the minority as to, I have like 2 or 3 drum sets. I have like 4 or 5.
I'm down to one
Guitars.
fully working guitar, 2 half working guitars.
I think a lot of people after a while just stop playing and
one
toss
So
full-
two guitars.
Yeah, one full original drum set, like Rock Band 1
Oh, wow.
drum set, and then the Rock Band 1 mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think we're in the minority in that one. I think a lot of people just after a while stopped playing and tossed all of it.
yeah.
Because you can't even buy those on like eBay anymore, really.
But I was
Not that I've
I was
seen.
like,
Nobody wants
if you release the game with a
Everybody had
guitar,
them.
I will buy it. If you release the game with a guitar, I will buy it.
Yeah.
If you want to add a microphone or a new drum set or anything like that, I'll seriously think about it.
Wasn't it Rock Band 3 that was compatible with a digital drum, like an actual fully digital drum set?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was like a $200 drum kit. Though.
it was a $300 drum kit, but it was a drum kit,
It was an
and
act-
it would connect and you could play it on Rock Band.
It was an actual electronic drum kit. Yeah.
But
And yes, you can still find all the Rock Band bundles on eBay. I just looked.
Can you?
They're way overpriced.
I
but you
believe
can
it.
do
Yeah.
230, 129 for the set.
There's no reason the new game
Guitars
is
for like $60.
the new game is coming out. Anybody who buys that stuff is an idiot.
Well, can you the guitar?
We're talking to you, guy
public.
watching this video who did that last week. Maybe.
Now that we've insulted maybe our one viewer,
Nah, it's fine.
we're just about out of time. Until next week, I've been Sean.
I'm EJ.
I'm Lynch.
I'm Lucci.
Thanks for listening and keep gaming.